Hey you guys, it's Candace from Lion's Hook. I wanted to go ahead and make a video on how to slip knot, chain, single crochet, double crochet, and slip stitch. So that's what this video is going to be about. I will go ahead and try to put timestamps so then you can skip to any part that you need, and I hope you enjoy this video. Hey you guys, so this is how to single crochet, double crochet, and chain, along with how to do a slip knot to start your crochet project. This is just a old big twist, and then this is a Clover Amour 5.5 millimeter hook. And so I'm going to go ahead and show you how to start a crochet project and how to chain, single crochet, and double crochet. So to start, I'm doing what's called a center pull from the cake. So I'm going to take my crochet hook, and the way that I hold my crochet hook is called the knife method. It's very, you chop, chop, chop. It's in a triangular shape, so I put my thumb here, and then I just wrap my hand around it like a knife. And then this is what's called the tail. Any bit that is cut off is called the tail, and then whatever is connected is called your working yarn because you're working with it. So the way that I start a slip knot is you're going to take your tail and you're going to pinch between your ring finger and your thumb, and then you're going to drape it over your index and middle finger. You're going to come underneath and you're going to make an X. When you turn your hand over, you have two pieces, and I just hold the working yarn with my pinky. I just pinch it right there, and you just leave that there. You're going to now grab your crochet hook and you're going to go underneath the first yarn and hook that second one. Pull it through, and you're gonna go and twist it. See how I've twisted it around? And then I go ahead and push it up a little bit. And then I grab with these two fingers from my pinky the working yarn and let go. And then you're gonna slide your index and your middle finger out while holding on to the tail still. And then you just pull tight. And that is called a slip knot. We have our tail right here, and we have our working yarn still connected to the ball of yarn. So I'm going to show you how I hold my working yarn. So I just pinch with my thumb and my ring finger. Hold your working yarn up with these two fingers, and then you can work with the yarn. The way that I hold it now is I wrap it around my pinky, I go under my ring finger, and I go over these two fingers. And I still pinch with my middle finger and my thumb to hold my tail. So this is how I personally hold my yarn. You can hold it any way that makes you comfortable. We are now going to start chaining. We're going to make a total of 11 chains. So we're going under our working yarn. You see how it's around, twisted around? And you're gonna pull down. So I angle my crochet hook down and pull through that slip knot. And you just made one chain. So we're still holding onto this tail. We're gonna do that again. You're gonna go under, turn your hook, and pull through. And that's 2 chains. I'm going to chain 9 more times. So we have 11 chains. And the way that I know that is, you see how this looks like a braid? Each V is a chain. Typically, you will chain 1 and turn your work, or this is called working down the chain. So we've already done 1 extra chain, so we do not need to chain 1. So to single crochet, we're going to insert our hook. I like to hold my working yarn on my hook so it doesn't slip off. And we're going to skip this first chain and go into the second. So insert to the top of that braid. And then I personally yarn over. So I take my hook and go over the yarn. I'll do that again. Over the yarn and pull through. So I now have 2 loops on my hook. So I'm going to go underneath and pull through both loops on your yarn. Kind of like a V It's like a deer hoof to me, and that is one single crochet. So we're going to go into the top of that next braid. When you have a really big gap like this, that's the one that you just worked into. So don't work into that one again. You're going to go into the next one. So insert your hook in the top of that braid, go over, pull through, and then yarn under and pull through 2. And there's that hoof again. Next one, you see how there's a big gap there? You see that big gap? Don't go in that one, go in the next one. This means that you've worked in that chain. So 3, 1, 2, under, through both. You just have the 1, and there's that hoof again. So we're going to work that all the way down. Ignore this. This is a factory knot from my yarn. And then 10. And there we go. So we have finished our first row of single crochet. It might curl, and the reason that it's curling is because there's a lot of tension on those first chains. It's perfectly normal. Typically, what you're going to do next is chain 1, doop, there's that chain 1, and turn your work. And so now to single crochet into the next round, you're going to crochet through both braids right here. So you insert your hook into kind of the side right here. There's a little gap. I do that all the way down. So 1, you're inserting through both. Yarn over, pull through. You have 2 again. Yarn under, pull through. We're going to do that all the way down. And there you go. And so that is your second row of single crochets. We're not making anything in particular. This is just practice. So next we're going to move on and we're going to go to double crochets. You're going to chain 2 instead, because a single crochet is 1 high, but a double crochet is 2 high. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Go under, pull through, that's 1 chain. Go under, pull through, and there's a second. Now we're going to turn our work just like we did with the single crochet, and we're going to go in the same place like we did with the single crochets before. You're going to go under, you're going to loop your yarn over your hook and push into that single crochet just like we did before with the 2 braids, the V. And you're going to yarn over and pull through. You should have 1, 2, 3 on your crochet hook. You're now going to yarn under and hook your working yarn, and you're only going to pull through 2. So if you want to hold that last one, you can, and you're going to pull through 2 of those loops. Now you have 2 more loops on your crochet hook. You're going to yarn under again and pull through 2. Do you see how we have 1 hoof, 2 hoofs? So we're going to show that again. You yarn under and loop it across. Turn your hook downward and insert into the next stitch. Yarn over and you're going to pull through. So you have 3 total. You're going to yarn under and pull through 2. You should have 2 on your hook. Yarn under again, pull through 2. And now we have 2 double crochets. So we're going to do that all the way down the line. And again, that last one's a little curved. It's a little hard to get into. 10. So do you see the difference here? These single crochets are a little bit tighter, a little more compact. The double crochets are a little looser. They've got a little air between them. They've got a little bit of breathability, right? So if you want something compact and tight and close together, that's gonna be the single crochets. If you want something kind of loose, kind of flowy, that's gonna be the double crochets. So once again, chain 2, under, pull through, yarn under, pull through, and we're going to turn our work. So we're gonna do another row of double crochets. Yarn over, insert our hook into that V. It's not gonna be down here, it's gonna be in between the V's. Yarn over, pull through, yarn under, pull through 2, yarn under, pull through 2. We're gonna keep going. And there's that last one. There we go. So now we have 2 rows of single crochet and 2 rows of double crochet. Okay, so next, how to do what's called a slip stitch. I am going to chain 1, just for my own sake. Just go ahead and insert your hook, yarn over, pull through. You have 2 loops, pull this loop through this one. Just like a chain almost. So that was 1 slip stitch. Insert again to the next one and slip stitch. So forth. Here's the last stitch. And there we go. And you see how that added almost no height to it? There's our stitches right there. They kind of sit in a funny place. So now I'm going to show you how to finish off. To finish off, you yarn under and pull through, and then you will just take your yarn, cut it, pull through, and that's it. It creates a little, I guess that's kind of like your slip knot. Ignore this tail, that's only because I had a factory knot. And so here's our little piece, your first ever crochet piece right here. Here's our chain down there. There's our first single crochet row. Here's our second single crochet row. Here is our double crochet row, first one. And here is our second double crochet row. And these are our slip stitch row. And there's your first ever crochet piece. Congratulations, I'm very proud of you. Okay, so those were the crochet tutorials. I really hope that you enjoyed them. If you did, go ahead and like and subscribe. I hope you do that anyway. And turn on that bell because I do have plans to do more videos in the future. I hope they were helpful. If you have any critiques, go ahead and comment that down below. If you want any specific tutorials, make sure that you comment that for me. And I really appreciate y'all's support, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye!